I think Tony really admires Cameron. I mean, he's always kind of gone, she's special, she's got a spark.
Monica dies.
Yeah.
David, how would you describe Tony's state of mind in that last scene? Because he had told her he'd be lost without her. Is he realizing how true that is with this episode in that moment?
I don't think he can. I don't think he can take in the whole scope of what's just happened in that moment. I think it's a gut punch, really, and impossible. I think impossible to conceive of losing a life partner in that way and in that moment, and unexpectedly, and especially after the drama and the trauma of the evening that has led up to it. I think in that moment it's just head spinning, really. And we'll see as the series goes on, and he has to come to terms with exactly what that means, that it's not, doesn't leave him in a particularly healthy place. Well, I mean, it's a great bit of writing, isn't it? Give the person that Tony loathes most in the entire world, make him the person who has to give Tony this piece of life-shattering information. I mean, it's just it's such an extreme experience for both of them, I think, and yet it kind of has to be Rupert who delivers that news. It's the ultimate twist of the knife, really. It's great to film everything with Alex. I mean, he's so great to work with, and actually we get very little to do together in the show because we're sort of at either ends of the narrative in a way. That it's always great to do any kind of scene with Alex. So always a pleasure, really.
Oh, I think she knew in that moment that she had lost him. I think the reality, it was there in her face. And it was also really hard. It was sad. It was hard to accept because Cameron, feels very, very confident in who she is and, how she is with her men, too. So to see someone like Taggy, younger, who she didn't really feel like she had to keep an eye out for, I think it kind of caught her by surprise. A little bruised to the ego, for sure. But yeah, it was hard to see them have a sort of softness in their relationship that we don't have within ours. So it wasn't easy for her to see. She was very pissed about it. I think at the core she wants love. I think just the ambition is so ruthless that I think that takes precedence. But at the core, I think true love, a true connection is something that she desires for sure.
And then how is she feeling when she's alone in bed and then finds that card from Taggy in the nightstand drawer? Is that kind of telling her, like, this is over? Is that kind of like one of the moments she thinks that?
It's that moment of being like, this is over and I need to figure myself and what my situation after this is going to look like, because she also is living with him because she quite needs it. So it's a bit of a gut punch to think maybe this was love or maybe this is, and to see where it's going is just really hard for her to accept. But instinctually, that gut instinct of a woman knowing that it was over, those signs were very clear.
And also, like you said, this is where she's living now, so it's
exactly.
Like it's all wrapped up.
It's so
her.
much. It's like he tells her, he took everything from me, and then it's like, okay, Rupert's like, I'll take care of you, I'm gonna keep my promise, and now that's, so shelter, stability, like all of that is at stake. It came with being with Rupert.
I think Tony is... Wow, that's very interesting. How honest was he? I think he thought he was being very honest. I think he believed that he was being entirely genuine. And I think he was, actually. I think the relationship between Tony and Archie it's quite a traditional father-son relationship. I don't think it's very touchy-feely. I don't think there's been a lot of hugging and emotional moments in their life. So I think for Tony to be vulnerable, to be honest, to be candid with them, takes quite a lot. I mean, obviously he's been driven to it by the extreme of the situation, and it's a situation of his own making. But they do have, in that moment, a bit of a connection. It may not be enough to see them through what's coming, of course, because Archie, I think, will blame Tony for everything that has come out of this evening. Not without, he's not necessarily wrong. But in that moment, I think they find a moment of connection, which is quite rare for them, and quite nice to see, but it may be too little too late. Well, we shall see.
Oh, we shall see.
Yeah.
Ahead of the season, you said that Tony does terrible things. He was pretty terrible to
Yeah.
Monica in this episode, and that's how he reacts when he's hurt. In the book, Monica is described as the only woman to whom Tony was always polite and also a little afraid. So, like, who is he without her holding him back? Like, what does that mean for how he's dealing with his grief, but then there's also the pain, and then he's more likely to lash out, I feel like.
I think Tony looks to Monica as a check on him, for sure, as something of a kind of moral touchstone. She certainly provides a stability and a home life that he requires and that he needs. His life is so chaotic and charged and toxic that he needs that anchor of a home life. I think he relies on it. I think he requires it. I think it's a safe haven for him. And having that removed, I think is probably quite dangerous for his well-being, actually, for his sense of self, for his ability to reset. I think Monica has always provided that. She's been such a constant. And I don't think he knows what life is without her. It's been mutually beneficial for the pair of them. It's clearly not been a traditionally perfect relationship, but they've both got something very important out of that. And it's hard to imagine what what removing that from Tony's life might do to him. It doesn't feel like it will be positive.
Who do you think's the most concerned about that? Is that Cameron? Because she saw another side of Tony that other people didn't, so would she know that better than anyone else?
Oh yeah, I've seen some of his really dark moments, and I've said this before, that I know just how dangerous you are. I've helped you set up some of dangerous schemes, and so very much concerned what he would be like without that stability, because I agree with her giving you the stability in such a chaotic life that you have. So not having that, very, very dangerous.
I think they're quite kindred spirits, actually.
Oh, for sure.
I think Tony and Cameron, they see themselves in each other.
Oh, for sure.
And they know, therefore, what each other is capable of.
Yeah.
And probably they know about where the darkness can be.
Exactly.
For them both.
Yeah. So I think that was a great point that you made of I think she's the person who knows the most how dangerous he really is.
I think Tony really admires Cameron. I mean, he's always kind of gone, she's special, she's got a spark.
And I think that's what kind of turns him on to her, and her to him. To be fair, I think she really loves the power that he has over her and a lot of other people, everybody else actually. But yeah, I can see him really being into her for that reason. And
that she could be more interested in Rupert, could leave Tony for Rupert, could have that.
Oh.
Impossible for Tony. Just
it's way
like
too
a
much.
knife in his heart.
You say something in season 1, and I'm paraphrasing, you say it could be anybody else, not him.
Yeah,
it's like, why would you choose him of all people, like my biggest rival?
Kills him.
Let it be anybody else. Yeah, it kills him. Yeah.
So Nafessa, we learned that Cameron and Declan didn't sleep together in Ireland. It seemed like it was leading that way with that scene, which was so good.
Yeah.
And Declan said that he doesn't think Cameron's happy with Rupert. Taggy aside, because this was before all of this happened in this episode, was he right? Was Cameron happy with Rupert before this episode?
I think Cameron was really happy with Rupert after first season in Spain, leading up to realizing I don't mentally have him. He's not here. But I think she thought there was hope there. I think she thought she could be the woman to change Rupert, for sure.
How much was the possibility of Cameron and Declan sleeping together about Declan, and how much was it about what Cameron was dealing with at the time, both Rupert and Patrick, because she did say to Declan that she liked Patrick too much in the conversation leading up to that?
Yeah, I think that Declan and Cameron find attraction with their work that they do together, but I don't know how it will work. I don't know if Declan can handle her the way she needs to be handled. But there is a softness on the other side that Patrick brings out of her. And I think she knows that out of everybody, Patrick would be the best to her and is the best for her. But I think for Declan and Cameron is really about the professionalism and the ways that they show up. And I think there's a synergy and the chemistry that they have together in the workspace that maybe make them feel that it could be something more.
Yeah, it feels like outside of that, that's when it would then start questioning it. Like, is this actually
the thing to do? Not that any of it is the thing to do with any of our characters.
No. These moments are often quite transactional for these characters,
sure.
aren't they?
Yeah.
David, Tony has that line about wanting to feel something, needing a sexual connection to prove he's alive. That's because he can't handle people getting close, right? That's the only way he can handle that?
Well, that's an interesting question, isn't it? The unpicking of the psychology, and that's certainly not something that Tony would ever care to do. I mean, this is not a man who would be comfortable in a therapist's office.
Oh, no.
So he feels like he needs the dopamine hit of something outside his married life, and yet he needs the absolute stability of that life with Monica, and he kind of needs them both equally. And when he lashes out at Monica in those sort of final moments, and he's so cruel to her and calls her dead from the waist down, it's unnecessarily cruel, and it's clearly it's a defense of, he's trying to find some reason why he behaves as despicably as he does. I don't think any of it is worked out in Tony's mind. I think these things are instinctive, and but I'm sure he would instantly regret that kind of viciousness towards Monica, because that's not the deal with them. It never has been, and she's allowed him to do whatever he needs to do as long as he doesn't bring her home, and that's where he spoilt the transaction. That's where he spoilt the understanding, and that's his fault, and that's what he can't quite handle. Monica is very close to him, and that's different to the closeness he had found with Cameron, is currently finding with Maud. I think he needs to find different things from different people at different times, and I think he needs that constant fire, that constant sort of, he needs the next hit of attention and gristle. There's always got to be something that he's kind of worrying away at, whether that's emotional or professional.
So Ventura's a bit down at the moment because of the loss of the Golden Gauntlet tapes, courtesy of Tony.
Thank you.
But Ventura has also proven to be a worthy opponent to Corinium, and they have great ideas. So how are both Cameron?
I mean, let's not overstate it.
So how are both Cameron and Tony feeling about where their side is positioned at this point?
Well, Cameron is super pissed because of how, his retaliation is like top tier. Like, really don't mess with Tony. Because it's like, and again, it's even Cameron knowing we have to stay 10 steps ahead. Because again, she would help him plan and produce his retaliations, and, so she knows how he moves and how he operates. And it's like, let's not do something to Tony and not expect something to come back tenfold. So she's really pissed, but not surprised. And it's just, how do we kind of get ourselves back on track, and how do we consistently beat him if that's even a thing? We'll see.
I think Tony's feeling pretty good. I think he feels like he's winning most of the minor skirmishes, at least. But he's also not complacent, because he's terrified that there's stuff that Rupert can do, Declan can do, Cameron can do, that he just doesn't have. It doesn't necessarily come naturally to him. I mean, this is part of Tony's fundamental issue, that he has a chip on his shoulder, that other people have people skills that he doesn't quite possess. And he can force things, and he can be tactical, and he can be brilliantly clever at undermining things, but he knows that it doesn't. There's a humanity that he doesn't, that he just lacks a little bit of, and that's the bit that he's always aware that he's staying one step ahead, but he's got to keep running.
And also, we know Declan and Rupert are just good on screen also, and that's why he had wanted Declan on Corinium.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and he's aware of that. He's aware that Declan was an incredible ally, and he's aware that being on the opposing side isn't easy.
I mean, I think that they were a really great team together. Like, the two of us were just unstoppable, and I think Cameron misses that, and I also know that he misses it and needs her.
Yeah.
He doesn't quite know how to operate the same without her. And her for him in a different way. But again, I'm just trying to stay afloat and find a place to live and go for the team that's best for me at the time. I think we all do what we have to do in the moment to get by and to get our needs met. And I think it's very much justified by them. But yeah, I think we're like really lethal together. For sure. So I would say Tony, but again, the humanity kind of gets into play.
I think Tony would never admit that he needed anyone on his side.
Oh, for sure.
But probably in his deepest, darkest moments, he knows that the loss of Cameron is a big one for Carinium and Declan. I mean, the two of them really are they had all the skills, all the abilities, all the talents that Tony himself lacks.
I know for Cameron, it's just a huge roller coaster ride of emotions. Like, she's not the strong Cameron that you see in season 1. She's very much human. She's very much vulnerable. A softer side of her that you get to see. And then things change, as you know, leading up to Taggy and Rupert getting closer, and Cameron seeing that she lost him and having to accept that. And then things get pretty interesting with another guy for me. I won't say who.
Yeah, Tony's bitterly betrayed by Cameron when she goes off with Rupert the first time round. And then sort of it all happens again.
Yeah.
I think he's so hurt and furious that I think he will find it very difficult to ever forgive her or be in any way interact with her again. I mean, I think he's so raw.
Yeah, and it's so
the wound that she's left him with.
Yeah, that's so deep, right? And I also think there's something about Cameron that's fun getting back at him, and something about it turns her on still.
It
like,
seems to, yeah.
It's like that toxic emotional roller coaster that, again, that dopamine hit that they both need.
Yeah.
And, I think, again, she's doing what's best for her, but that's really interesting that she said that. Yeah.
Right at the end of that episode, I don't think Tony has a clue. Maybe Archie. Because who else has he got? I mean, he's burnt pretty much all his bridges.
Yeah.
And I guess there's still the relationship with Maud bubbling away. Not that that's exactly an accessible emotional crutch either. Tony's pretty adrift, actually.
I would say Declan at this point. I feel like she's they've befriended each other in a way that she feels safe with him to open up. And right now it's definitely not Rupert. That's kind of over. I don't think she can even trust him at this point anymore. So I would say Declan, especially after spending time in Ireland and bonding. Even though it didn't go there, I think they definitely have a connection and a friendship.
Was there ever love between Tony and Cameron? Because Alexander Lamb said that for Tony it was more about seeing her as a prize.
Well, it really comes down to what Tony believes love is.
That's true.
And what he thinks is going on at any moment. I think there are definitely moments when Tony believed he was in love with Cameron. But they seem to come out of the moments when he felt like he couldn't have her anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know that Tony's a particularly balanced emotional human being and may not be... There may be something of the psychopath in there who may not be reacting in the way that normal humans might. So I think it's quite hard to break down what love might mean to someone like Tony.
I think there's moments where Cameron feels like she loves him, but I also feel it's very transactional, and I think she is helping him further her experiences in her career. But there is a moment where she relies on him for not just professional support, but emotional, and he's the closest person to her up until things go a little left, but she's kind of all he has. And again, I love that you said it depends on how you define love, because someone giving you a job and someone taking you in, someone can, identify that as being loved and being cared for. So I think there's definitely moments where she feels she loves him. I think that Cameron feels she deserves, and again, she wants more, because if she didn't want more, she could have just stayed. She wanted the experience of being dated out in the open and out loud. She wanted to feel like she is her man's only woman, and I know that bothered her that she couldn't get that with Tony, because obviously he's married. And I think she just kind of got real with herself, and Rupert was kind of offering that. And I think that's kind of where things kind of moved on over to the Rupert side with her. But there are moments of her feeling like he loves her and she loves him.
Well, I mean, at the end of episode 6, Tony's in such a different place.
Yeah.
It was inconceivable at the start of the series. I mean, being knocked on the head and sort of bouncing back from that, it felt like the guardrails were off really for Tony. That he was sort of there was a carelessness actually to him, that he was not going to play safe anymore if he ever did. I think now it feels like there are no limitations left for him now.
Well, I think for Cameron, very trying time opening up season 1, and she was going through a lot, but I think she thought maybe she found love. And now at 206, she's like, maybe I made another mistake. And Tony said something really interesting to her. She's like, oh, is he going to keep you for 6 weeks or maybe even 6 months? And again, going back to her really believing that she could be the woman to change him. And I think by 206 it's very clear that this isn't going to go on much further, that it's kind of ended. So that's something tough for her to deal with.
Oh my God!
That's
Well,
a good
haven't we
question.
seen it?
I know, that's kind of
We've only
tough.
seen the first 3.
But I will say, for me, in episode 1, when you bring me back and you announce that Carinium is back and I'm back, like, you're so good and just like menacing, and like, I don't know, just the way you breathe life into Tony is very inspirational. When I'm in scenes with you, I'm just kind of like, oh my God, like you have to rise to that occasion. And also, it's so scary, and he's not scary. So like I watch you kind of like transform into this character, but that was when you're dancing and you're like, it's so funny. You made it funny, but also like it was vengeful, and you can feel like your energy in it.
Oh, well, that's good.
I haven't seen a lot. I don't remember, so it's hard, but that stood out to me.
Well, the way, and again, it's in episode 1, the way you play that really delicate moment where you get in the helicopter and you come back and you look at the dress and you make a decision to kind of go, I think I can play this.
Yeah.
If I'm really calm and I'm really on top of it. And there's so many, because there's an audience member going, what is she thinking?
Why would she do this?
What's the plot here?
Yeah.
And there's just in your eyes, you can just see the whole thing of, you're kind of playing this long game. I've just got to keep breathing. I've got to almost kind of subsume myself in this moment.
Yeah.
I think that's very clever, because it's quite a tricky story to tell, that moment, and you do it very delicately. It's very nice.
Thank you.
Well, I suppose it's about what they admire in each other, isn't it? And I think Tony admires Cameron's life and her sass and her sense of knowing who she is, because I think that's one of the things that Tony finds so enchanting about her. And the truth is, Tony doesn't ever really know who he is, and he can't ever admit that. So I think he is jealous of her self-possession as he sees it.
I would say there's something admirable about Tony's charm and how he can kind of make anybody do anything he wants them to do. Like, you have a way of playing Tony where it's kind of like, it's hard to say no.
Well, he's a bully, I suppose.
And he's a bully, too.
Yeah.
He's a bully, but it's something about that power that I think she finds attractive at the same time. I mean, you took me from America all the way there. That's a lot to give to someone and to say yes to. So there's something about it's confidence too. You're so confident. Like Tony is just like, he believes that he can do anything, and I think again that's what she finds attractive in him. He's such a powerful man, and I think that power is what does it for Cameron.
That was an insane couple of weeks, wasn't it? Shooting that.
It's funny. I'll say that it's very funny. There's some things that
So much happens though in
so
that
much
sequence,
happens.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny, but also it's completely changes where everybody's at.
It does. It a lot.
Yeah.
It feels like a celebration of a moment that's really, really fun, and it's really cool when we all shoot together because we don't, especially this season, we didn't see each other much at all this season. But you get to do those big scenes where pretty much the whole cast is there, and we get to kind of like kick it for the day or a few weeks, depending on how big the scene is or how long it'll be. It's very much a lot of us, and it feels full of life and a celebration, I'll say.
It's an exciting sequence
It's
actually because
exciting.
there's really big character moments in there, big plot moments. Also, lots of stuff.
Lots.
We got horses, we got dogs, we got the piglet.
The little piglet is what the piglet is. So many funny moments with the little piglet. The piglet was kind of over the camera. Yeah, so it's a very full, just fun, exciting episode.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So Venture was kind of down last we saw because of the Golden Gauntlet tapes. Nafessa, what can you say about like Venture's next move going forward?
I think we're just trying to figure it out, especially like we're trying to figure out how did he get it, who helped him. I know, right? He's so good. And then also too, Cameron thinking a few steps ahead. She's like, okay, how do I figure this out so that we can stay in the race and beat him? So that's what her focus is. It's just like, how do I keep Ventura on top? How do we make sure we keep Tony out of literally our business?
You can't. You can't. You can try all you might.
Yeah, so that's where Cameron is very, very focused on that.
Oh, I mean, how do you rank the awfulness?
No, you never know with him.
He's pretty terrible to Sarah Stratton.
Yeah.
That's pretty awful. Stealing the tapes and the glee with which he destroys them, that's pretty terrible. The way that he uses what happens to Daisy and the Reverend Penny, that's probably as morally bankrupt as he has ever been, I'd say.
As low as he can go.
There's not much to redeem him. But, you know, he's got to win, and he's got to do whatever it takes.
I think the worst thing is with Daisy and Reverend Penny. Like, watching that season 1, I was like, oh my God, and he's just gonna, it's kind of like, yep, you'll be good. We'll wipe it off, dust it off, and we'll get back to work. And that was hard to, that's, to me, I agree with you on being probably one of the worst. Or what's the line you said to Monica? Below the waist, you're
dead from the waist down.
That's like,
yeah, that's not great. That wasn't a great moment.
That was, but let's lift this up.
Best thing was probably marrying Monica.
Yeah, that's good.
Probably redeemed him in many ways. Probably held him back from a lot of things he could have done. But that was transactional as well. I mean, that's, you know, her family needed the money
you
to
never
keep
know with
the house.
him.
It's all about succeeding.
And then for Cameron, if you're looking at like the best thing for her, it would be something professional, right?
Totally. I think for her, she just wants to be the best TV producer out there, and make great content. That's like what her goal is. And yes, it's pretty cool to see her expand with Ventura too, and have a bit more power than what Tony was giving her. So yeah, I would say it's professional for her.